I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of the Profitable PR Pros community. We wanted to do a deep dive on this topic. What is a press release? In essence, this is a really concise way to announce news for your clients. It's simple and to the point. And what you can do in a press release is have quotes from the stakeholders or the relevant parties. So if there's like a collaboration between two companies, you can have CEOs or CMOs from both companies weighing in on what that partnership means. So the media can just grab all of the information that they need right out of your press release. And it's informative, short, sweet, to the point. Starts with a catchy subject or headline, I should say, and then has like almost a subheader that quickly summarizes what the press release is about, and then has the body, which is all of the information, and then there's boilerplate. So boilerplate is the information about your client's company. It's usually standard language that they use across all press releases. It shouldn't change much unless there's a major change in their company, but it's just the standard kind of who is this, about. And then of course, contact information. So if you are their point of contact, you're going to be listed at the top as the media contact for media relations, and it'll have your contact information. Sometimes press releases are distributed actually on the wire, either PR Web, PR Newswire. There's so many different distribution services. Sometimes it's just written up that way and sent only to relevant outlets. So that means you are sending it. You are the one that is attaching it to an email, and it's kind of like the format of a press release, but it's not actually released out into the world on the wire. So we're going to dive a little deeper on when, why, what do you use these for? When is it appropriate? When should you push back with clients on issuing press releases? So the first question is, are press releases dead? They are not dead, but they are not going to generate press. And these days, it doesn't even really help with SEO. So those are reasons that people have done them in the past. But the landscape of PR is so different now, and press releases don't get the same results that they used to. And I'm going to say also, in 16 years of doing PR, we have never received a meaningful piece of press from a press release, meaning we've issued a press release and some journalist has come across it on the wire and said, wow, this is so interesting and newsworthy. Can we talk? Or we want to do a story about it. What more likely happens is the release is picked up and it's redistributed. There's a lot of different channels that will pick up and just run your content. The other thing is that you don't even have to issue it sometimes, fine. But clients will say, well, we want a press release. We want a press release done. They think it helps with SEO, but Google has gotten wise to this. Not even recently. This has been like over a decade where they're like, sorry, your press release is not going to help your SEO. It just doesn't. You're not going to issue a release with like millions of keywords embedded in it, and all of a sudden you show up at the top of the search for certain keywords because you issued a press release for your SEO. Doesn't work like that. There are some reasons why you might want to do a press release. These are the advantages. So if you have something that's truly newsworthy, your client has something that's truly newsworthy, like they have a major change in leadership, maybe there's a patent or a grant for research that they've been given to solve a problem, that's great. That's very newsworthy. That's a great subject for a press release. What this also allows you to do, so SEO is not going to be a major factor, but it does help control the content when people search. So it allows you or your client to present the facts and tell the story in the way that they want it to be told. Okay, so it's quick, easy, cost-effective way to share information with specific targeted outlets. Press releases can also act as a newsletter of sorts to kind of show the stakeholders and the wider public that a company is still or about to be prominent. So you can announce something newsworthy, like I said, research grant, Fundraising is a great subject for a press release, like closing, seed funding or Series A. What's the valuation if that's public? All of that is relevant for a press release. There may be a better way to get the word out, especially if it's startups or smaller companies. Larger companies tend to have more newsworthy stories. There's just a lot happening, different divisions, a lot of, big news that's happening, innovations, patents, product launches, changes of leadership, awards won, things like that with larger companies. But smaller companies, there's other ways to do it. And that's where you come in with creating story angles and pitching your client to the media specifically, targetedly, and in a strategic way. So start to think about these questions. What are we announcing? Why is it news? Is it truly newsworthy? Are there external partnerships or contacts that should be included in the press release? So other stakeholders, if there's a partnership collaboration between your client and another company, what kind of quotes can you include, or is it important to include those in order to really drive home the importance of this message and the newsworthiness of it? The other thing to ask your client is, who does this press release benefit? What segments or industries need to be targeted? Figuring that out will help you refine your message to make it really relevant to those industries, and it'll also help you weed out whether or not it's truly newsworthy. And then, how does this press release help differentiate the company from its competitors? Think about that. Is it truly going to help this company rise to the top, stand out, really give them some distinct advantage over their competitors? That might be worthy of issuing a release. But again, do not let clients tell you that they want to release on a certain topic if it's not truly newsworthy. It's a waste of your time and money, and it dilutes your actual relevant news.